Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hapori podcast. It's episode 16. I am Rangus.
I'm Renzo Mox.
I'm Thatch Mac.
And I'm Bionic Kasai.
No, you're not.
No,
No, it's not.
You're Bionic Sonic, and you know you are.
Yeah.
We'll forever be Bionic Sonic.
No matter how
Bionic
hard you try to
Sonic.
break from the shell, you cannot.
You're inside. You will always be Bionic Sonic.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe in your dreams, but
No, mate.
Not
When I rewatched all the Lock trailers, it still had like Bionic Sonic, and it was so weird. I was like, "Who was that? Who was that person?"
Who's that?
that's
Who's this
the loser.
Who
That's
was
that?
that? Yeah. Shall we jump into it?
So,
This podcast
Well,
isn't going to be
okay,
split into two
guys,
parts.
Sorry about
First
that.
off.
5 months. Okay, new art. Let's talk about that.
Hold
What?
on. Okay, so yeah, we were gone for 5 months. We did an
Yeah.
episode. I recorded it. Everyone hated it. Whatever. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's not getting split into two
let's-
parts.
we're never letting Renzo record another
Yeah.
podcast. He's been grounded on that.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
seen the comments
You're
and they were like, "Oh, you can't even hear people." So, alright.
Yeah.
He-
Okay.
he-
Sorry.
He worked really
Renzo-
hard on that.
Yeah, he
on that
actually-
last podcast.
Best. Yeah, he did.
Mhm.
He did his. He did everything he could. So.
I tried. My.
And you're the one who got everyone going. You're the one who got everyone to start recording and get on it. So.
I was really upset.
We
I
own
really
it.
wanted to
You own
record
it.
But his computer just couldn't handle the friggin' 2-hour-long podcast.
Mhm.
Thank you, Infinity War.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
Really-
can't believe we talked about it for an hour. It was crazy.
It was so good, but it deserves it. It definitely deserves
Yeah.
it.
It was very vapid discussion, but I think it worked well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I would like to apologize because I could have made a few podcasts if it was possible.
Could have,
Uh-huh.
but
If I
it's
could have
not-
been
it's not
bothered.
that big a deal.
Yeah.
I think the worst part of it is like on our podcast from 5 months ago. It says we're back, kind of.
Oh yeah.
That was even with the kinda. That was a bold-faced lie.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Well, we said.
We're not back now because he released 2 podcasts really soon. Probably not. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. But hey, let's try to start recording a little bit more regularly.
It's
Yeah.
summer, so hopefully a lot of us
Summer
will be
vacation.
Well, not yet, but it's like it's on the
almost
edge.
summer. Almost summer.
But
Yeah.
we came back with a fire and fury with new artwork. Oh my god!
You're,
Made by
you're making
me.
these. You're making
No,
these.
not made by you. You're horrible.
Really-
So.
You're making these transitions really forced, and I don't like.
They are.
I know.
really good. Let's talk about the
Making it
New
so
But,
easy for
oh,
me
yeah.
in editing. Thanks, that. Thanks.
So we came back with the podcast last week, and we recorded it before the new art or anything was a thing. And so Renzo edited the first half of last week's podcast with the old art and the old banner, and he had to edit the new art over it.
Yep.
new intro too.
Yeah, new intro. Thatch made that. Thank you for that. And Renzo did the sound work.
He didn't like it. Thatch hated it.
No,
It wasn't up to
Yeah.
it wasn't up to Thatch's standards.
listen, my standards are very specific
He
electric,
needed a very specific sound.
Yeah. right? And it it was so no, it's fine. I'm probably not gonna make it. So we're probably just gonna stick with that version. So
Okay, I'll upload it to the channel then.
But I would like to give a very special thank you to Noretta, the artist who did all the art, obviously. She worked really hard on it for like an entire weekend and a few days plus.
yeah, it's really great. It was crazy because she came out of nowhere. She's like, "Hey guys, should I redo all the art?" And we're like, yes, that would be great if you're willing." And then she just
It
did. She
came-
powered through it all.
It came from
Yeah.
we were trying to get the comrade PNG, and that's where it came from. So it was just
Yeah.
this whole process. So
And it turned out
Thank-
really good though. And she did and it's so good. The new art is so freaking good.
Yes.
Everything.
Oh yeah,
so
it's awesome. Definitely, you can definitely see how much better her art has gotten.
And the new logo, our new logo, I think looks really cool.
oh yeah,
It's really cool because it's stylized, and I really like the way that looks. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
It's so funny because
It's symmetrical now too, which is
yeah,
cool.
it was so weird watching the first podcast where after the intro came in, the old logo showed up, and I'm just like, whoa, you know, you can just see the difference in the improvement. I mean, the old one still gives me a lot of nostalgia. I mean, it's great. It's really, it's a great little thing and a lot of history for it. But the new one is just like so clean and nice looking and perfectly stylized. So it looks great, and all the freaking characters look great. Like all the Hapori, everyone looks amazing in the banner. That's cool. And it's also nice that she did that in like updated stuff for like people like me who like keep changing the way the characters look. So that was really cool.
I'm sure Camellia is going to be in need of a new art piece pretty soon.
Nope, not pretty soon.
Okay.
That's
true because it's going to take like 6 years before Bottom 6 comes out.
No, Bottom 6 takes place before the Christmas and Halloween.
That's
right.
So this is like it was gonna look for a while. Yeah, probably for the rest of for a little bit longer. I don't know. It depends. But he's not gonna be changing anytime soon. But Camellia looks great, and I love how short he is compared to everybody. That's freaking awesome. It's funny to see like freaking look at Rangus and you look at like Renzo and then you see freaking Kralos and they're like these big buff guys and you got freaking Camellia here and he looks like a girl. But that's right. It's great. It's perfect.
I love how cool like Rangus looks in that art. I love it. It's great.
He's got a crazy like freaking 6-pack going on.
I'm always gonna miss the this old art. I think that's probably my favorite, but the new one looks great too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like all the new art for everybody.
I never said I hated it. I really do like it.
Yeah, I personally
I like the new art better.
Yeah. Definitely for like everybody.
For Renzo, definitely. For me, just me personally, I love Renzo's more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really like the way the new Camellia looks. He looks perfect. So.
So speaking of updates, and Camellia, in fact, I recently got Thatch's Camellia head that he sent me. Not
the Camellia head, not the painted one. I sent him one of the 3D. Yeah. By the way, I made 3D printable Camellia heads, everybody.
Whoa!
Are you serious?
It's on Shapeways right now if you want to buy it. Woohoo! That was
I got one. Don't worry. You guys can buy one too.
Shameless plug. Go buy stuff from Thatch. And
you guys can all buy one.
It's really cheap. I'm making like literally $1. I made it as cheap as I possibly could. But I will say if you do get one, try and get it in the clear acrylic or whatever. Don't get in like the lower ones. It looks the best and it fits the best on the heads in the highest quality one. So
make sure to get gray paint too. You're gonna need that.
Gray paint. You're gonna need gray paint.
There's a funny story behind the Camellia head. Just before like I finished it yesterday, so I got it. And yesterday I went and bought the spray paint for it. I bought a light gray spray paint. So I came home and I started doing some stuff and I picked up a can of spray paint that was on my desk. It had a gray lid. And I took the head and I went and sprayed it. And it was dark gray spray paint.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, oh. So I let it dry. And then I took my light gray spray paint, sprayed it. And so it was light gray. And then I walked inside and it slipped out of my hand and fell on the floor.
Ooh.
And then so half of it was all messed up. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to let it dry. And then I'll repaint that half.
No offense, but you are horrible at painting Camellia heads. You have messed it up every single time.
So I let it dry. And then I went to go paint it again. And the paint got all sorts of messed up. So I took soap and I just had to wash and scrub off the friggin' Camellia head. And then I had to repaint it. But yeah.
It looks great now. I think it looks pretty freaking awesome. What do you think of the head now that you have it?
Oh, I love it. It's so cool.
Okay.
It just like it feels and it looks like an actual Lego piece, and I love it.
Yeah, that's good, and it's smooth too because of the thing, which I'm happy about. And you I also sent him Camilleo's blue goggles, so I don't have those anymore. But I don't need them anymore, and there might be an explanation why I will never need them again. I don't know. All right, sorry.
Yeah, Camilleo's original OG blue goggles.
They are gross, aren't they, dude? Like
a little bit.
Was
I'm
there some
little worried that
follicles on there, my guy?
Your hair? I don't know. I didn't see any, but
There probably is. Yeah, I'm just saying if you ever want to
comb.
Okay. Yep, there's some with that chair, so you can make a clone of me.
If you ever want to clone me, there you go.
I'm a little worried about the tape like giving out because it's not super well taped.
Oh yeah, but that is literally the tape I had on it for like ever. Like it's been like that for like.
I might give it some new or some more electrical tape on the. Or is it duct tape or electrical tape?
I think it's duct tape.
It looks like duct tape, but I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure. No, it's duct tape. It's duct tape.
But yeah, I'll give it some more tape on the back just to hold it together a bit.
Reinforce it. Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so now that I have Chameleon, finally.
And a really good Chameleon too, not a really gross one.
Like mine.
He's pretty fantastic. All I got to do now is I got to build his red gun, and then I can finally start filming again.
And anybody wondering why Chameleon doesn't have the newest torso, he's going to get the newest torso eventually. But right now, in the timeline, it doesn't really work out.
Yeah. But yeah, so after I build the red gun, I'll be able to start filming hopefully this next week. And then COD will be coming back, baby.
Yeah. Took your time.
Who cares about that? Anyways, let's move on.
No.
God, you should.
Lock, mate.
Life of a Night is cancelled. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah. Season 3 isn't happening.
Yeah,
it's a lie.
Definitely.
Rangus has just been working on Idiots the whole time.
Idiots is going to be the new flagship.
Yeah, like all that footage you've seen it's just clips from Idiots where they're watching Life of.
Yep, they're watching it.
Yeah.
They're watching the canceled
Life in Idiots season 2. They are watching Life of a Night season 3 just to tease everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That would be.
But
the
it keeps
worst
cutting away every time you get to it. It's like Godzilla, where like every time it gets an action scene, it just cuts the reaction. Like, oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Whoa. Godzilla.
Yeah. I'm up to. What am I up to? Well, I finished episode 5. Got episode 6 to film tomorrow. Hopefully.
Should explain this. Not everyone knows that you like pre-film stuff.
Oh yeah, right. So basically, the process that I do for every season for anything is I pre-record the majority of the episodes. So when it gets released, it gives me enough time to finish it. So then I don't end up like Renzo.
Okay.
Months to upload an episode.
Okay.
Kasai's got a valid excuse, so I can't.
I have a valid.
No, you don't.
You're right.
You don't.
I've got a valid.
No, you don't.
2 words called stop motion.
Yeah, exactly.
The weakest attempt at animation.
So I'm up to episode 6. That's getting filmed tomorrow. Hopefully, I still need to write a script, so I'll do that tonight. Then I'll be done. But then I've got 6 weeks to the release of season 3, so it's coming out on June 21st. If you didn't know, yeah, that's what you're talking about.
You sound like a really chilled out Tony Rizzo right now.
Yeah. I hate promoting my own stuff. It does me in, but yeah, 6 weeks to film the rest of Locke, which hopefully is gonna.
So in transition, you're just like, nah.
Yeah, I know Kasai. Yeah. 6 weeks.
Well, you seemed like you were done. So
no, yeah.
It's not done.
He's really just beating around the bush part.
And if you didn't know, Kasai Muri's in it.
No.
So.
I mean, that bush is deteriorated. I mean, it's been so much.
It's gone.
I mean, it's gone. It's as gone as Kahi's reputation.
he's just smashed that bush into a pole. But yeah. So speaking of Renzo taking forever, what's up with that, buddy?
Renzo's just lazy.
So yeah.
The thing is though, he hasn't got time to do anything for his actual show, but he's got enough time to fill these like mock reviews. That's your way, Renzo. That's your one, isn't it?
Okay, so mock reviews take like 10 minutes to film. So
because you're lazy.
And you just sit there and talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You lazy man.
Yes, Magnus, that's the definition of a mock review.
No,
you review
that's
it.
why. Okay, so the mock
just sit there and talk.
Listen, boys.
What do you do? Are you doing jumping jacks when you record yours?
Oh, yeah, all the time. You're all doing it wrong.
He gets up and down.
Just, Rangus.
No, he records his dialogue after, like, really awkwardly, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's weird.
Who?
You.
No, don't.
Who?
Yeah,
Rangus,
you'll be doing a mock review.
For my, painting videos I did.
Oh, okay.
Not my actual reviews. The painting videos are.
Never mind then.
Yeah, so get it right.
Okay,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah. So
Uh,
what's your excuse for Renzo?
Okay, so I'm filming. I haven't had any like good time. I need it to be sunny out for this
liar.
episode. Okay, but friggin', I just need it to be sunny. Oh my god.
All right. He's waiting for the sun. Okay.
Waiting for the sun. It's
Do
gonna
the
be
sun
it's
dance. Right,
gonna be
Renzo?
better than Fodham 6. You can believe
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's gonna smell 58%.
Not that hard to be better than Farm.
It's
guys-
what?
It's gonna smell.
You're gonna
What
be
you
able
want
to. You're gonna be able to smell the episode. What?
58% of the
Is
episode.
it like Spy Kids 4 where it's
Smell
like
vision.
4D smell
Oh.
vision?
Yeah, that's
We're
what
gonna
it
be
is.
able to smell half of the episode. That doesn't make any sense. But okay.
That's gross.
It's
so
probably
yes,
gonna
guys.
smell
I
like
wanna
friggin'.
smell the freaking
It's
blood.
probably gonna smell like Renzo's sweaty bedroom or something.
You gross. Oh, I don't want to. Maybe it's not sweaty though. Maybe he's got like ferments all over his bedroom. I don't know.
This is Renzo we're talking about.
Yeah, he ferments it with his friggin' spores.
You guys are
Ew.
gross.
Yeah.
This is something that has not been brought up before, so nobody's gonna have any idea what you're talking about.
Okay. For context, there was this one time where Renzo said that Renzo was a goblin man, and then there was another time that Renzo said that he was a plant man. So
Now he's just an alien.
And then Renzo said, "Friggin' he."
Don't say
when he sees girls,
reproduces by
he
shooting
spores at them.
oh
Yeah.
god,
like a freaking fungus.
like a fun guy,
Dirty
Like a
man.
fun-
like a fun guy, right?
I bet that's how Renzo.
No.
Yeah.
Rangus would see that, and he'd be like, kinky.
No,
don't
no.
think I would.
Shush.
Already getting mature.
That's
And
humorous,
guys-
Simon.
This
Let
is-
him be.
But yeah, so at this point, we would normally have the community topic section. We're gonna save that for last because there's something big that happened.
Like literally the biggest thing that's ever happened to the Bionicle community, pretty much.
I
in
don't.
terms-
That's not debatable. I think that's 100% true.
Well, in terms of drama
Yeah.
and seriousness, it's like the
Yes.
Bionicle community's never had anything like it. I mean, like Bionicle community just lost its innocence right here with this whole Kahi thing. Like, all right.
Oh, yeah.
We've been through this now. Like forevermore, we will look at the Bionicle community.
We
post
will.
Kahi
We'll talk
and
about.
after.
We will
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about
get,
it.
We'll
like,
get into that in a minute.
don't worry.
But
Sorry. I'm just
So
getting
last
excited.
podcast-
I just need to talk about it, so I'm talking about it early. But sorry, just keep going.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, so last podcast I announced that I was working on a Thanos mock.
What are you lying for?
And so I've made some progress. I'm not in the process of building it yet. But I've prepped the gauntlet. I've got his head, and I prepped the fist. So I'll send some more pics.
Send the photos of Camellia holding the gauntlet, and then put that in the video. Right?
Angus.
No, I
I
won't.
don't still have it, but I'll go.
I won't. Thatch.
I'll get it. I'll get it after the podcast.
Jesus, my phone just got blown up.
So there's like some comparisons and all that. But yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting project. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a very weird project. I'll give you that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't know how well the final product will actually turn out, but you're putting a lot of effort into it, and I'm very curious to follow it. So,
I'm very scared. I won't
if
lie.
anything, you got a really awesome concept out of it. So there's that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna turn out pretty well. It's just gonna be a challenge to make him look good.
Which version are you doing him? The one with the armor or?
No, I'm doing tank top version.
It's his favorite version.
You could have made it. You could have made it
It is.
easy on yourself
I
and done the
do-
armor.
How are you gonna do his
I
arm?
do like the tank top version more than I like the armored version.
How are you gonna do his arms?
Probably gonna paint like the current idea is I'm gonna paint like the Star Wars like hip armor for like his upper arms, and it's gonna have like a shoulder add-on for like the bulkier shoulders.
Wow. Okay.
And then for his gauntlet arm, he's gonna have like an armor shell sticking out that's gonna be painted. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I mean, yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Interesting.
the small amount of progress on that. I did test out some paint combinations trying to replicate the color of the head, and I've got it kind of close. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's gonna be
I believe
interesting.
we have someone who wants to show a mock.
So
Yeah,
I got a brand new character called Camelio I just made, and I'm really excited to be with the No, I'm kidding. Go, Lorenzo.
God,
Come on.
sounds so lame.
Okay, so
Sounds so lame, dude.
Chameleon? Why didn't you just name him Chameleon? There's no point.
Okay, hey Renzo, why don't you show up your weird kaiju mock?
Your existence is futile. Anyways, welcome to
Hapori
Fisticuffs.
Podcast, episode 16.
Oh my God.
So this is
Renzo, just talk about your friggin' mock, my guy.
Yeah, just
this
go.
is Bol. He doesn't have a name, obviously.
You just said a name though.
You said
I said oh.
like
said-
like
you
like
said
a
bubble.
cereal.
bald man. He's an alien. Rangus and I were talking about how much we like the Beast, and Thatch Mac is a hater.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we
He
did.
does not like the Beast because he has no soul.
No.
The poor set. I don't care.
Renzo, can you do me a
Psychology.
favour
I like their heads. What?
and send me some beast heads?
No.
Why?
Rangus.
Too much money. Anyways.
Come on.
So this man is a little samurai alien thing. I took inspiration from Sai a little bit.
I see what it is.
With the skirt and stuff like that. So he's kind of like a samurai high-tech alien dude, and I wanted to use that head because I think it's really good for alien heads. So yeah, that's really it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really interesting. I like him.
No, he's
I really-
not, because Renzo won't send me some beast heads.
Rangus, this is just pouty time.
Hey, at least you own any beasts, my guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, you know how you were saying, oh yeah, if you come to America, if you lived in America, you get 2 boba capes. Yeah, if you
Don't
lived in the
swear.
UK, you could have got Tunnel of Beast for like proper cheap. Off
I
eBay,
wish
so
Right, Rangus?
Well, in the perfect
You
world,
should have bought it for me and then sent it to me
no,
as a birthday present. my
no,
guy.
I'd buy it for myself.
guys.
But
what do you think of my mock?
I think he
Beautiful.
looks really
It's really
awesome. I really
cool.
like it. He looks really cool.
Does he?
yeah, he's really cool. Every time I see the pictures, he looks
I know.
like he's orange and blue,
Yeah.
which I love so much more than the red and blue. But it is
If
really
those-
cool.
I like the head.
Go ahead.
It looks kind of like one of the Pacific Rim 2 monsters, but like more color.
That's what I was trying. Those heads are really fun to work with. If those pieces came in orange, dude, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
That would be awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, he's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about the lightsaber axe thing.
Yeah, that's just a permanent weapon. That's a test weapon. It's not final.
I like the idea
Yeah.
behind it. I like the idea of the hilt looking like that, but the actual blade is just a stick, and that's a little strange. But I do like the idea of that being a hilt. I think that's a really interesting.
I think what I'm gonna go for is it's gonna be 2 lightsaber blades put together, so it's a little thicker. I think
Weird.
that's yeah.
Cool.
They're not.
But yeah, it's cool. He does feel very kind of samurai-esque.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
fine.
interesting.
Whip Renzo's butt if Renzo tried to fight him, which I kind of like the idea.
Renzo
he's actually-
Renzo saw my samurai centaur and got jealous. So
He's,
he made a samurai.
I will say he's a pirate samurai, and that
Oh,
builds
he
up to
would
something
be?
later in Renzo.
Interesting.
That you guys already know what it is, but this builds up to something later down the line. So he's kind of the first. He's kind of the first thing. Anyways, so yeah. Enough of my gross
Interesting.
self-promotion. You guys, what's our next topic?
Hey,
It's Thatcher's dramatic story.
yeah, Thatch.
Oh
so,
gosh! All right, this literally
hang on,
like
first, Thatch,
flowers.
I want to say,
Okay.
I just want to say real quick, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for my loss too.
Thatchback died.
Yeah, I literally died, and I was brought back by the
Very
souls.
very tragic.
It was real sad. I fought fighting to keep all the Fodom 6 secrets.
Shut up. Anyways, go on.
Anyway, so okay, so literally like a couple hours before this podcast. Okay, so everyone was freaking out and yelling or whatever. And then I was on my phone in the store. I was stressing out. And I wasn't paying attention to my brother. And so I was getting my mom Mother's Day present. And I was on my phone. I wasn't paying attention. And my stepdad was controlling my sister, and I was supposed to control my brother. So he's like taking care of her, and they're each like toddler age. So my brother is like looking at these lights. We're looking at lights because my mom has got these lights that turn on in the day, that charge in the day and turn on at nighttime. That she puts in her garden. They're really cool. But his mother's like, we're getting her those. My brother's looking at one of those. He's like messing around with it or whatever. I'm on my phone. I lose like internet. Like the internet's all sketchy, so I just give up and I put it in my pocket. And I look over, and my brother's like shaking it. And it's in one of those cardboard like box things that you stick stuff in, and then like it can kind of move around. And so he knocks it over. The bulb, there's like a circular. There's a photo. There's like a circular bulb in like this cup, and it like falls out and it hits like the bottom part of the shelf, and it like starts to do one of those turn things, and it's like, oh my god, will it fall or whatever? So I freak out, and it goes like everything just goes like slow mo. It's like freaking. Have you seen the first Spider-Man movie when he when he's gonna get punched and it just goes boom? It was like that, like an audible boom. Like that's what it was like in my brain. So I saw the bulb about to fall. I saw my brother. And then I saw one of the store clerks right down the aisle next to us. And it was like freaking Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr., where he's like talking and says like, oh God. It was like that. So I'm like, okay. So with my right hand, I like swoop in there and I push my brother out of the way because I didn't want him to hit the glass. And with my left hand, I go under and I'm trying to catch the bulb, but I just barely miss. It's like Infinity War when they just barely get the gauntlet up, but they just miss. It freaking skims the top of my fingers, hits the ground, and shatters, and you hear like a freaking shattering glass sound or whatever. And I immediately picked up my brother because I don't want him to get hit by the glass. I pick him up. My stepdad picks up my sister, and we're like holding them like Mufasa, like staring at the ground. And then the store clerk looks at us, and you can imagine both of us like staring at it, holding the kids in the air. And he just looks at the thing, and he looks at us, and the look it was like one of those moments where he's like, "Oh God, not this again." And so my stepdad looks at him, and the dude just kind of looks and just like one of those, like he's like he does one of those. My stepdad's like, yeah. And so then he walks over. My stepdad's like, how much does it cost? And he's like, $8. So my stepdad's all grumbly, like, he like freaking pulls the $8 out of his pocket and gives it to the guy. And then he looks at my brother and he's like, you're going to your room as soon as we get home. You're going to your room as soon as we get home. You're going to your room. You're in big trouble. And my little brother's just like, he's just like, oh no. But he was being a brat the whole time in there. So that was my story. That's
weird that they don't make us pay for you for stuff like that.
No, it's
because you run away every time.
No.
Like it's broken, run.
Boys, let's go.
Run. That she should have just run.
Can we
carry the children?
Can we have a moment of silence for the poor light bulb who lost his light
bulb? Okay, Rangus, put arms of the angel.
Armpits of the angel.
Make it a cover of arms of the angel.
I'm ready for you. Armpits of the angel.
All right, those.
Yep.
That was too long. Way too long. All right. Do you? So. This is a short episode, actually.
Do you have a story to tell? Did you find one?
You're making it sound like did I find a book to read?
I can say
find
something.
A kid's book to read?
I can say something too, as well.
Can you know Renzo? Can you?
I was just asking him the entire time.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I do.
Okay. Well, anyways, I bought Boba Fett and the Trooper. What's it called?
No
Range
cares.
Trooper. Okay.
Yeah, you haven't finished building the range.
No, they're
Trooper
done.
yet,
They're done. They're done.
Oh, are they? What do you think?
Yep. I like range.
Hold on, real quick. Let's not talk about this for too long because we talked about this a ton in the last podcast. Like,
no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
we're not gonna. I don't need to review these guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I like Range Trooper. I like Boba. I haven't really played around with them, but I don't plan to. We're on a podcast. So.
He's just gonna scrap them for parts.
I will eventually, but I'm gonna do reviews first, so don't worry about that.
So,
Lord.
Here's the community discussion.
Best topic of the day.
First, like friggin', okay, none of us had heard of this before the last podcast.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah. Let's just say.
Hang on.
So last podcast, we talked about how Copy was fired.
We're talking about that. Like, what happened?
Temporarily quit.
Yeah.
And
like
so.
Oh God, who's talking right now? I can't hear anything. Okay, hold on a second.
Friggin' let me speak, boy.
Well, I want to speak too, boy.
Right,
okay,
let Kasai go first, Thatch, and then you can go. Do it that way.
All right, Just say what you said, and then I'll say what I said.
I just thought I wanted to start off because I'm the one who kind of brought it up in the last podcast, so I felt really responsible and bad about it. But
just like go over what you said and like why you said it or whatever.
So we were talking about them being fired, and I think we said something like, "Oh, that really sucks that Kahi got fired," because I talked to Kahi at Brick Fair last year. I did with Noretta and Vanu. We had a good long conversation. We talked to him last year. And I was like, and I said something like, Kahi's actually a really nice guy or something like that. Like, he's not that bad. And then Sai, sort of.
And I was like, yeah, Kahi's great. He's a lot of fun or whatever.
We said he would go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah, we said if he left the community, he'd be one to like succeed.
That was freaking wrong.
So apparently, friggin' this document was being worked on by the guy who runs the Lime Joint podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
And he got info from Purple Dragon, and he got info from Weefy, or however you pronounce it.
Weffy.
So we're accounting these details of Kahi's various acts of sexual harassment and
it was here. I got the document right here. It was
bigotry, whatnot.
It's the freaking. This document contains so about his inappropriate behavior, emotional manipulation, and sexual harassment.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah. It's bad. I gotta write. I don't think we should do the cliche like reading through it because everyone kind of has at this point.
It's not that.
But I think but there's these sections where they talk about the bullet points of it, and I think I'll look up that. I think easily, like the worst thing is obviously the sexual harassment. It gets really bad. Like it's not even like it's as bad as it can get.
Can I give a little warning? First of all,
yeah. Do that.
We will be diving into some inappropriate stuff a little bit. So if you guys are sensitive,
this is very mature things are going to say. Not swear words, but like mature.
The issue is very serious to me, so I may get to the point of like swearing. So if I do, I apologize. But
yeah, this is picking off a lot of people, and Kasai is an angry boy, so
for fair reason. Take in mind.
But this is,
just keep in mind that this is mature, and if you can't handle something like this, then don't listen.
I mean, we're gonna be talking about sex and that kind of stuff, so.
Okay, well, that's a great
Ew.
I just want to like set the tone, okay? Like right off the bat. So.
This is a very serious issue.
It's gonna be weird for people to hear like me and like Renzo say because I'm very child friendly on my channel, so.
Yeah.
Some of these words are words you wouldn't typically hear us say, but
this is a controversial topic.
It's not even controversial. It's just gross.
It is gross.
Yeah.
It's serious. We probably won't joke too much about it. Make little quips every now and then, but I think for the most part it should be taken seriously.
And I'm sorry if I say anything that comes across as like a joke that maybe shouldn't have been said at the time. Yeah. I deal with this kind of stuff by making jokes, so it's just it calms me down a little bit. So I'm sorry in advance if I say something really dumb and unfunny. It's just me trying to deal.
Yeah. Do you want to run over the bullet points real quick?
Yeah. Should I just start? Because sexual harassment isn't the first thing on there. There's this one called. I'll just go in order of how they have.
Yeah. Let's ease up to it maybe a little bit.
So the beginning. So Jonathan John. I don't like the way the John is spelled. I want to say Juan, but it's John. Also known as Kahi. We're just gonna call him Kahi because it's way easier. From now referred to as John, started crushing on Purple, a member of the TTV channel since at least before Brick Fair Virginia of 2017. He confessed sometime in October or November. As a result of this crush, John was, quote-unquote, super nice towards Purple with ulterior motives. This including helping Purple write her comic, Vindicaris. That's a cool name. In late August 2017, John started giving Purple presents of his own volition. These presents included, but are not limited to, numerous art books, $70 signed comic book, keychains, and Final Fantasy XV. I don't know if that's like 8 or something like that. John passive-aggressively demanded Purple buy him presents as well. Purple never agreed to two-way gift giving. John was trying to win Purple over and use the gifts as a tool to do so. That's the first thing.
Why not just buy gifts for yourself?
Yeah.
So this is like so people are gonna hear that and go, that's not that bad. But again, it gets way, 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 way worse. But this is just setting the stage for everything that's gonna happen. So there isn't much to talk about here, but obviously the whole dumb buying. I think the most stupid thing is buying gifts and then being all like, "Oh, you should buy me gifts too." That's stupid. That's not what a gift is about, you moron. That's the most frustrating for me.
So not only did he like try to like get her to like him because he was just buying stuff for her, but he also friggin' like demanded that she buy him stuff in return.
In a stupid, like, in a passive aggressive way, which is really freaking dumb.
Yeah, just like
I hate when people do that kind of stuff. Also, we should say this right off the bat. All of this stuff is true because he was on a podcast, on the Lime Joint podcast, where he 100% admitted to all of this being true.
There was a couple things. There were a couple things that he was like iffy about.
No. There's specifics around what happened that he said were different, but the actual things themselves, he 100% were true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
none of it confessed to it. It's not even like it's not even allegations.
Yeah,
it's just it's
true.
Facts.
It's facts.
But yeah, like I don't understand how like you can be so socially inept to just expect someone to like you because you're giving them stuff,
or to just expect someone to buy you stuff back. Like that's dumb.
Life is not a dating sim, my guy.
I will say,
a relationship built on money and gifts would not be a good relationship. So
right. Yeah. I will say that if for good reference, I think you guys should check out the Lime Joint podcast. It's long, but it goes through everything.
Skip to 47 minutes, and that's when all this stuff comes up.
Yeah, well, we should link to the podcast and the document in the description.
Yeah, but you're gonna watch it and go, oh God, he's talking about his college. I don't want to hear about this. Skip to 47 minutes, you'll hear it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, again, there's not a whole lot there, but here's on to this one. The emotional manipulation. This one is I know Kasai is gonna go mad about this one. So
calm down.
Okay, emotional manipulation. John tried to enter a relationship with Purple despite her rejecting him. So he admitted his feelings for her. She said, nah, and he's like, whatever, I'm gonna try anyway. So sometime after Purple rejected him, he flipped the frick out. I'm gonna replace some of these words because there's some swear words here. He flipped the frick out at her, and he reportedly doesn't handle rejection very well. John wrote letters to Purple through Google Docs. I don't know how that works. Talking about a range of topics such as missing his chance with the girl of his dreams, aka Sarah, which, by the way, I have a screenshot of him commenting on someone named Sarah's Twitter post like a couple days ago. So, by the way, I found that. But anyway, was his missing the girl of his dreams, aka Sarah, hating on being the second best and jealousy regarding Purple's friendships with other members of the TTV channel.
It's a bit sad. Considering
Purple to be his best friend because she was quote-unquote convenient to talk to since she's always online and he vented to her. These letters were a major factor in the manipulation of Purple emotionally. John would make Purple feel like a bad friend for rejecting his romantic advances. After an argument with Purple, John would later go on to threaten suicide by saying, to be honest, had Sarah ever said the things that you said to me to my face, I probably would have killed myself. In response to Purple's rejection of his advances, John's response emotionally manipulated Purple into feeling guilty. John's emotional manipulation and gaslighting of Purple nearly drove her to therapy work to work on her anger issues. She in fact did not need anger management therapy and was manipulated by John into thinking so due to her rejecting him. Yeah, due to his reaction of her rejecting him. When asked, Purple confirmed a description of John being emotionally manipulative. She said 1,000%. What he lacks in height, attractiveness, general appeal, and morals, he makes up for manipulation and chapped lips. Oh my God, I love that. Emotionally manipulated Purple to get the rest of TTV into firing LJ for personal grievances. So that's the end of that one.
Yeah. I'll let you go first.
Okay. So so frickin' this is weird because he was at Brick Fair with Purple. I saw Purple at Brick Fair, and he was there, and that's weird to think about. I feel so bad for her, so bad that she had to be in that situation, and we're gonna hear some stuff about Fwef being in a similar situation too. But holy crap, dude! I hate people, and I hate when people do this, and people do this all the time. It's just a common thing people do nowadays. Is every time like you insult them, or you, especially in rejection with relationships, and I've seen this a ton with my friends and stuff like that. They'll just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill myself now over it." It's like,
do you know that is
not
possibly the scummiest thing anyone
can
could do?
Who have that, and you can't
Yeah.
just use that as a way to make people feel bad. That's awful. Like, what is wrong with you?
Like, what bothers me about that whole thing, and it's just a general thing that people do, is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill yourself. Like, is that meant to change anything? Because it's not gonna change anything. It's just gonna make you look like more of a fool. And the fact that you're using that as an excuse when people have depression, like myself, and probably other members in the Hapori, and obviously the community, and so on and so forth. Just when people use that, it's a bit of an insult because they're using that as a kind of escape way to be like, oh, feel sorry for me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's a very scummy thing. Kahi, he claimed that he was having actual issues, so I don't know. It just kind of seems like an excuse though.
No, but the thing is though, if some
don't say stuff like that.
Exactly, like, the thing is, right, and what I've noticed anyway, and this is, and like you said, it is a mature section of the podcast, right, is when people have issues like this, they don't tell people. That's the thing. They don't tell it. They plan it in their head, and they don't tell anyone, and they do it. Do you know what I mean? When people tell them, say that they're going, oh, this, that, and the other, you're lying. That's when people do. That's where you're meant to turn around and say, you know, you don't. You may have these issues, but you don't tell people about it, because that's what that thing does.
And it was so bad, he made her think she had to go to therapy to work on her anger issues. He 100% manipulated her by saying that, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just ripped my headphone out of my ear. So Purple's not really alone in that. It's happened to a lot of people. I myself have gone through something like that, and I'll just kind of read the extended version of what I wrote in the post I made a few days ago. So 3 years ago, I was mentally and emotionally manipulated into a relationship behind my girlfriend's back through threats of suicide and images of slit wrists. I was used by this individual and unknowingly made to turn on my own girlfriend through the manipulation of this individual. I broke my girlfriend's heart. It took that much to snap me out of it. I pushed that, they deserve no less to be referred to as what they are, manipulative monster, out of my life as fast as I possibly could. I was abused and made to compromise who I am and hurt the woman I love so deeply, and that she will likely never forgive me for it. And she hasn't really regained her trust for me ever since. But I understand. I've been through it. It took a lot to snap me out of it, as I said. And honestly, the fact that just knowing someone who I praised for being a cool guy in a podcast episode did something like that to one of his so-called friends, that just, I'm ashamed in myself. I am ashamed for ever having known of his existence, and I'm not going to, but if I could say one thing to him, I would tell him exactly what I told that person who manipulated me. But Kahi, you are the worst, scummiest type of person I have ever known. And you deserve no less than to be on your own for the rest of your life. And I gave Purple my well wishes, and she seemed to appreciate it. And I just hope that she never has to go through anything like that again, and many people never have to. And I hope that no one is ever roped into anything like that with Jonathan for as long as he lives.
Really very, very well said, Kasai.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're talking about that on the podcast. It was, probably hard to do. But safe to say, it doesn't get any better, and it arguably gets worse after that. So I'm going to move on to the sexual harassment part of this, which this part is disgusting, revolting. I'm going to say some things that are very mature, and just purely not in a way, just in analyzing this and talking about this, it's horrifyingly gross, and it's a certain type of person in this world that surprisingly enough exists, and honestly it's just shocking because, again, I talked to him and he seemed so normal. To see this is really scary because it opened my eyes to realize that almost anyone can be putting up a show and be doing anything they want. So this section is just really bad. It's honestly horrifying. So first off, sexual harassment. John told Purple that he had a sex dream about her, which made her feel incredibly uncomfortable. All right, what in the hell is wrong with you? That's disgusting. You don't tell somebody that. What the fudge, dude?
Yeah, it's the thing, right? So it's like people have these dreams. It happens, yeah. It happens to majority of people. But the thing that is bad about the situation is the fact that he told her about it, and
Purple expressed the same.
Do you know what I mean?
Purple said, what did she said? I don't care, what people dream about, but just don't tell me about it.
Exactly.
So that's just gross. That's just icky. Moving on. John convinced Purple and a friend to do her makeup on webcam. He recorded the interaction without permission. He recorded her putting on makeup on webcam without her knowing, and saved it. Which, that's gross. I don't even.
Couldn't he actually get in a lot of bother with the authorities for that though?
Yeah, that's awful.
He was on. He did defend this point in the podcast, saying no.
He tried saying that it was like. He tried saying he had permission and it was for like a video they were doing or something like that.
Just dumb.
Why can't they record it themselves?
He used literally the most cliche excuse for anything like that, where the file got corrupted, it's gone, I can't use it for anything. Which is like, it's bullcrap because everyone tries that. Everyone who does something like that tries that.
Okay, now this is freaking gross. Okay, this one is really bad. John repeatedly asked Purple to draw her character Cell, and Cell is apparently Purple's real name, or it might be a nickname or something. To draw her character Cell specifically in lewd and not safe for work ways. Cell is the name of Purple. She declined drawing said images and repeatedly told him that being asked made her super uncomfortable. But apparently he kept doing it. John's behavior was inappropriate, and he was way more comfortable talking about sex than he should have been, even when Purple said it made her uncomfortable.
I didn't know the word no means yes or carry on like.
Now I'm gonna get into this one. So that's freaking disgusting. Okay, you're asking. That's so gross. That's so weird. How could you ever think it's okay to ask something like that from somebody? Like, what is wrong with that's so gross. And that's okay. I'm gonna read the fluffy letter because there's this other thing that's random grievances, but that's not nearly as serious as this is. This is bad. So Fluffy wrote a little thing to basically talk about Fluffy, aka Viper. This is her thing talking about Kahi or John or whatever. She said, "I'm aware that Purple gave you information regarding Kahi, and to back up that his nasty behavior isn't just an isolated incident between two people, I'm going to give you the experiences I remember having to him, and in situations in which other cast members have gotten back to him, and how he spoke about me and other women behind our backs. So first of all, I want to say that I was friends with Kahi. That's what we were from my perspective. We would talk about the usual nerdy stuff and share stories we wanted to write about. After dealing with real-life problems, including romantic ones, and I would go seek advice and vent to my friends online, Kahi being one of them. He shared his own story regarding a lady named Sarah and struggles of dealing with the fact that she didn't have those feelings for him. And as somebody who was going through a very similar issue, I took comfort in knowing I wasn't the only one. We would speak about it often, including at Brick Fair 2016, where we stayed up all night having a heart-to-heart. Even though in the back of my mind, I felt a little uncomfortable about this being this physically close to him. I ignored this feeling, thinking that it was just me being paranoid, as I've had to deal with some sexually predatory behavior in the past. Me and Kahi worked on a series for a while called Fanfare, which originally was going to be a message board show reel where we talked about topics on the boards and answered questions on the AMAs. I would suggest ideas, but it all seemed to be nothing that Kahi wanted. And eventually, the show turned into a webcam show where we interviewed one person, LJ, in which afterwards Kahi did nothing but scold me for talking too much and being off topic, like he ever gave the effort to even direct me or tell me how I was supposed to behave, or how the structure of the show was supposed to be. After that, I stopped caring about Fanfare, and it was never brought up again. Kahi made his lack of respect was made. Okay, so it's a little grammar, but his lack of respect was made very clear to me when he asked to be the host for the Lego Reviews series. As someone who's no longer passionate for Lego, and has never had an extensive knowledge of it either way, it was clear before he opened his mouth that the only reason I was being offered this position was because I was a woman, in the way it was worded, because he wanted me to. I'm not going to say that, to blank myself out to the channel. You guys know what it is. In a simpler or less manipulative rundown. I said no to the offer, despite Kahi trying to convince me that I should do it anyway. And after succeeding to anger me and slowly start distracting myself from the channel. Okay. Other such things was assuming whenever a female cast member was angry, he would go behind their back and state that they were on their period. What the frick that's awful. That's so bad. That's so insulting. Oh my god. That is so sexist. Like, that's so bad.
Kahi, if you're watching this, you're just, go die, honestly. I have to say it. You don't deserve the air you breathe. Like, have you never had do you even have a mother? Like, what is wrong with you to say something like that?
He has a mommy something, but...
Oh my god, no, gross.
Yeah, he does potentially have a mommy fetish. There's that.
Okay.
Maybe his mother neglected him as a child.
Okay.
Those are assumptions we can't... Obviously, we're just throwing stuff around.
Here's the bad stuff, though. He would go behind their back and say that they were on their period, as well as describing sexual thoughts he's had about me to other members while drunk, while also speaking about masturbating to me. Are you...
I mean...
Like, what?!
Wait, who's on call doing that?
That is...
I don't even know. Like, was he drunk on call, or was this during
he was
Brick
drunk
Fair?
on talking about how he's masturbated to Flesh.
Yeah, and here's the thing as well, right? Considering me personally, obviously, I drink and so on and so forth. Well, never gonna do that, obviously. The thing is that people normally like, oh, it was the drink. I didn't know what I was doing. That's a lie. That's a lie, isn't it? Because when you're drunk, you still know what you're doing. So don't blame it on the drink. Because you know fine well, son, what you were doing, don't you? Eh?
Does that depend on the drink, though?
No,
some people don't.
Honestly,
remember.
When you're completely out of it, you still know what you're doing.
Honestly, like, that might be the worst thing in this. That is just so disgusting.
The purple stuff is bad, but it's very bad. But then we see the other side, and we're like, okay.
No, it's like, that is. But okay, so friggin'. Also speaking about masturbating to me, oh my god, that's freaking horrifying. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, that is so... Like, there's a perfect line, I think, in the Lime Joint podcast, where where one of the dudes said, I think the lead guy says, like, he's just like, do you have any idea how bad that is? And that is my reaction to that. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Where do you go? Where do you go from there? I mean,
I don't know.
Right,
That's not the last thing in this. That's not the last.
Here comes my little censor line.
Oh no.
Kai, you are disgusting. Go die.
Oh well, we might as well. Well, you're a. There you go.
Okay.
Hey!
Rangus, every swear you make, I have to bleep out. So shut up!
Don't worry, these are all getting cut out, but.
The Predator franchise freaking sucks!
Oh, okay. Okay, about blanking to me, whatever. A couple days before Purple left the channel, I had sent my resignation and was considering making it public. However, after Kahi was fired, I reconsidered and had not mentioned it as it was no longer happening. This is much more comedic. I think this is a good place to go, where the minor grievances. This is much more comedic. So hopefully this will make us better, because right now I just feel so like I'm sweating. So, all right. Miscellaneous grievances and embarrassing things. Unironically doing a baby voice.
I forgot about
I
that.
don't even know how to say that. It's like, hello.
He goes, hello, it's my.
Hello. Hey, how
He
guys?
does-
It's gross.
They mentioned this on a podcast before. He does do the baby voice a lot.
It's
So
gross. Don't do the baby voice.
I mean, I like doing voice, but I don't do baby voice all the time.
Next one. 98% sure he has a mommy fetish.
Yeah, there it is.
Jeez.
Says
He's
it-
like-
says it
he's
all
even-
really.
I would be curious to know where that came from. Like, what did he say? What did he do that led to that? Like, what? It had to have been something disgusting for that.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too, because he defends that point and says no, I don't think so. So
No, he doesn't even defend it. He's just like, I don't think so.
I know. Okay, so yeah,
I love how his reaction to everything is, yep.
you watch the podcast.
I did
he just
that.
says,
I'm a cool guy.
But I think also this helps because she talks about how he would go on these things and he would describe to her his like fetishes, and she's like, I know about way more stuff, and that's awful. You don't talk to. It's so gross. Who does that? Only a sociopath. Gross jealousy of other cast members, where he copied them simultaneously and crap talking them. Left out an entire pizza on the bar table for 10 hours and then eating it. Ew. Ew. I hate
really-
This dude has like
eating cold pizza.
no hygiene at all.
Cold pizza's nice.
I
Oh.
do like cold pizza.
Yeah, cold pizza. Maybe if you refrigerate it, not if you leave it on the counter for 10
Yeah.
hours.
Obviously,
Period.
that's gross.
Misogynistic comments towards female members of TTV, such as brushing off their discomforts as attributing them to being on their period. That's awful. That is so insulting. What is wrong with you? Do you have any respect for other human beings? That's terrible. Okay, serious
I don't
hygiene
think-
problem. Sorry. Yeah, I know. He clearly doesn't. And as much as he says he's going to work on it, he doesn't. Serious
what?
hygiene problems. Spits on people when talking. I hate people who do that. No sense of personal space and boundaries. Greasy zits and flaky lips, etc. Reportedly looked like he didn't shower in at least a week. Picked at zits and lip flake. What the heck is a lip flake in public?
It's
Perhaps
It's
gross.
like, I think it's when you have like chapped lips, so like it's like peeling,
yeah,
I guess. I don't
yeah,
know.
you can pick
Yeah,
a piece up.
it's, oh,
I don't do that in public though. Don't worry about that.
I never have chapped lips, so I don't know. That's gross.
Because you
Because I'm pretty boy.
Because
That's why.
he's the pretty boy of the Hapori.
don't got no time.
Oi.
He's the flagship of the Hapori, apparently.
You. No, stop. I'm not gonna. I'm the poster boy of the Hapori. No.
You are.
There you go.
don't think
Okay.
so.
Oh yeah, it's you, Rangus.
No, it's Kasar.
Obviously. When we see you, my guy, it's you, my guy.
And whenever Rangus announces himself on a podcast, everyone just like stands and cheers and claps.
Yep. Whenever they see his face, they cry because of how wonderful it is.
Speaking of crying at faces, Kahi's face makes me cry.
Kahi's
Check
existence makes me
What?
want to die.
Ugh. Spitting on people? Yuck.
Yeah,
Ugh.
if.
Listen,
Oh.
I'm a bit of a germaphobe, so that's just.
What is in like physically That.
I
Or
gotta know what kind of household Kahi lived in to make him such a disgusting and like unhygienic person.
I mean, he doesn't. Okay, so I spit. Like people spit on each other a lot. It's a common thing.
I never spit on
Not
anyone.
really.
No,
I've
no.
never seen anyone spit on each other.
It's not like.
They're
Are
not
you guys thinking
in
like
camels, my
extreme?
dude.
Are you guys thinking like extreme spit where they go?
No, spitting with their
No,
coffee.
I'm just thinking of like someone literally
Oi,
spitting
Kasai.
on another person.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Unless you're talking about like when they talk
No.
and like spit comes out. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
when they talk in just a little bit accidentally. That happens.
But the way it's described in this
Yeah.
document, it
I know.
sounds intentional.
Even
so.
that
I
though,
know.
I'm not familiar with
I know
people.
you're a germaphobe. I whenever I laugh, that does happen a lot. I do whenever I'm joking around. That does happen. So, oopsie.
Renzo has very moist.
I spit on people.
Renzo's just
That's why I'm not going to Brick Fair because Thatch doesn't want me.
Renzo's just trying to spread his spores. Okay, that's it. That's all he's doing.
You have moist laughs, Renzo. Just admit it.
Ugh.
Renzo's moist laughs, but we can't have
That's-
another episode.
that should be
No,
the name.
we can't. We can't have another episode with the name with the title
But if
Renzo.
we could, Renzo's
We've done
moist.
like 5 of those.
I know. Let's stop.
Renzo's the
called
poster boy
Sai
of
the
the
guy.
Hapori.
Okay.
Yeah, Kahi's gross, and oh my gosh.
It's gotta be like the pretty boy of the Hapori as the title, and then have like
Yep.
Camilio with like eyelashes and makeup or something.
Actually, there is a photo. Okay, this is gonna be weird. Shots likes to take photos of me and put the girl filter over it. So
You guys have okay. Yeah, live on podcast. Shots is a cool guy.
yeah, he's
Shots
great.
is-
He does it as a
Shots-
joke, and then he sends it to people, and he's like, "Check out my new girl."
Check out
Shots
my
is like Thatch's best friend, so he's.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've known Shots for my entire life.
We should definitely get Shots on a podcast
He
sometime.
That'd
would
be
be
fun.
amazing. He wouldn't know what to talk about, but he would be great.
It
That would be-
it would definitely be like an interview podcast for sure.
Oh yeah, even though he's not popular, but he's just a character.
we talk about his career,
His career and like where he wants to go.
His career.
his rap
Okay,
career.
okay, I think we should sum up this Kahi thing. In the end, there's not much you can say. I mean, if you say, everyone said it's disgusting when we've all made statements like that. But I think the biggest takeaway for me is just how profoundly shocking it is. Like,
Yeah.
like nobody ever could have predicted this. And if they did, it was people being over the top. But it was as bad as you can get. Like,
If
there's
anyone
very little more-
predicted this, it was probably like lime flavored libertarian as like a friggin' joke or something.
Yeah, and I think this is so shocking because this is I've said it before a little bit, but this is the first time anything like this has ever happened in the Bionicle community, and even maybe in the Lego community. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is the biggest. I don't want to say controversy, but the most serious thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, like
It's
this would be like this is just sorry to interrupt you, but I'm not like this is like for the Bionicle community, if the Lego community at large found out that, and I love Jang, but found out that like Jang was a pedophile or something.
That would suck. That would be awful.
that would hurt so much.
That would actually really hurt.
Anyway, all right, let's move on. That's awful. I don't want to think about that.
That's just
But
I'm just saying that's
Yeah.
what it would be like.
And
He's
he's
happy
like,
with his
and,
life,
and it's
whatever.
TGV, the
Cool.
biggest dudes. Like,
Yeah.
They
They
brought
ran the community
Yeah,
for
they
Wall
brought
Street.
Bionicle back into the spectrum. I love oh, never mind. I'll say that till the end. I have a couple words I want to say at the end. So
okay, all right. But
So
I just
do I.
want to say that I feel like the this event, like, we're gonna look at the Bionicle community pre-Kahi and then post-Kahi. Like, this is
Yep.
a lot is changing after this. Like,
This was the great cataclysm of the Bionicle community.
there wasn't a flame war. There was like a way worse. This is
you hear
awful.
about this stuff in Hollywood all the time. Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
really crazy. It's like it's not that surprising in Hollywood. anymore.
Podcast.
It's crazy how like a lot of people in power just think they can do whatever they want and be as disgusting as possible, and no one
They
will
can
care.
get away with anything.
They'll get away with it.
Because
Yeah.
you have money.
Awful. Man, it's so. And just to know that it was going on during Brick Fair is just awful.
It was weird. It was very. This Okay, never mind. Sorry, go on.
Oh my god. I just realized that you remember the friggin' TTV Civil War video?
Yeah.
Kahi was Iron Man. Dummy bastard. You don't deserve that, you piece of crap.
He
At least he
he
wasn't
should
Captain
be
America.
Crossbones.
No, he should be freaking one of the freaking horrible people who kidnaps kids on Daredevil, who gets murdered by freaking
Yeah.
Daredevil or whatever, or
There
Punisher.
you go.
He's one of the guys that Punisher goes after. That's what
Yeah.
It
He should have been one of the
totally
guys.
was
He
Kahi.
should have been one of the guys that Punisher hung on a friggin' meat hook in a
Oh my
freezer.
gosh! All right, hold. All right, I'm not gonna say that he should. Okay, all right, man.
This is the controversial episode.
Oh, I gotta say, I don't know if anyone has been doing this, but for anyone who has been, or maybe felt like they supported Kahi in this, you're part of the problem. You're almost as disgusting as he is.
I don't think anyone supported him.
I haven't heard anything.
I'm sure there's people who were like, oh, I'm with Kahi quietly. And then there was on the Lime Joint podcast. It was live. One of the TTV members said they forgave him, just like that.
I thought that was a joke at first. I didn't know.
I didn't hear about that. What happened?
Yeah, one of them said,
so
"All's good, man, forgiven."
like, all's good, man. Hope we can talk tomorrow. Like,
That was weird.
what is wrong with you?
I thought that was a joke. I didn't
I thought
know
that
that.
was-
If it was a joke, then it was in poor taste, and if it wasn't, then you are supporting the problem.
Yeah, no.
It's bizarre.
That's really bad.
So yeah, I don't know too much about that, but
Yeah.
it's weird.
But yeah.
All right. So this is a big event in the Bionicle community.
Mhm.
I hope Kahi goes away and we never see him again. And I know
Yeah.
he will. Sounds like that's what he's going to do. Thank God.
Mhm.
I don't know as much. Where does the community go from this? I think the community just. I don't know. I don't know what they're. I don't think anything to like learn from this is like. I guess maybe don't trust people as much as you think. Like anybody could be a freak. You know. I don't.
Are you hiding anything, Fetch?
Yes, I have a collection of rabbit foots in my house, and I'm just.
I know Renzo. I know Renzo has like a collection of toenails from the people he likes or something.
I thought you said Tony Nell. I'm like, who's Tony Nell?
No,
That's the name of the episode. Who is Tony Nell? Anyway, can I say what I was gonna say?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I have a message to end off on.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll end
Okay, that's better. So when I Bionicle, I was into Hero Factory. I wasn't really in the community. I did mock reviews, whatever. Bionicle came back. That was a huge deal. The first video I saw was the TTV video where they announced that Bionicle rumors of it coming back, and I was so happy. I know a lot of people have watched TTV before that. I know a lot of people who grew up watching LJ and stuff like that. I never did. I think I saw his Roxy reviews, but I never watched anything else. So whatever. I've been following TTV from that point on, and I watched them grow. And, you start to build up these, you follow these people for so long. And then when you hear about something like this, you're like, oh, okay. Like, people that you grew up with, not really grew up, but like you've known for a couple years. Like, I'd been watching them since 2015? So that's like 2014. So that's like 4 years or something. That's just
we do have to acknowledge that this isn't TTV. This is Kahi.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Right,
I honestly
like-
hope TV the best in the future after this, and everyone.
They've been rough.
It's just
There's
like-
been some rough.
I know what you're
patches.
saying, Renzo. Like you form this kind of connection in your head with these people that you look up to or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're not all they're cracked up to be.
It's some of my favorite TTV videos are they play Lego Worlds, and those videos are freaking hilarious. I love them, but they got Kahi in them, and now my perception of those videos are ruined.
Yep.
So I used to freaking love those videos so
Can
much.
we just
and
say
now,
deepest condolences to Purple and Fluffy. This stuff
Yes,
is awful.
definitely.
Yeah. I wish Purple and Fluffy the best. I hope that they never have to go through anything like this again. And I want them and anyone else who's experienced something like this to know that you're not alone. A lot of people have to go through stuff like this, and there are always going to be people there who can support you, and you just have to, talk to people about it.
And also, bravo for coming public about it. I mean, that must have been hard.
Yes, definitely.
Don't think of it as like something you have to deal with yourself, because it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. TTV's been through a lot. There's been a lot going on. I don't want them to fail. I don't want that to happen. They've been through a lot, and I just want the channel to do something. I don't want them to suffer too badly from this. So.
I would like to apologize to TTV. For a long while, there was they were in this downward spiral since LJ had left, and I just figured that was them being selfish and just being stupid. And we didn't know the reason why LJ was fired, and now that we know that it was because of Kahi, and I assume the downward spiral was just the result of the
side effect
that he pulled. So I wish them well. I would love to work with them someday. They were a big inspiration, and I would like to apologize.
Yeah.
For things that I have said on podcasts and such.
So yeah, best of luck, TTV. I hope you go somewhere or something. That's all the best I can say.
Rangus, you have any final thoughts?
Nope.
Dude, he fell asleep.
Rangus!
I know, I said.
Oh, well. All right.
What?
All right, buddy.
I'll tell you when you're old enough, Lorenzo.
Okay. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us on this little more mature Hapori podcast episode.
Much more mature. Thank you for patient and just good luck everybody in the community having to move on from this. But I hope that because this is now public, I hope that this shows that anytime this happens again in the future, I hope this means that people will come forward about it sooner.
Yeah, and I hope that people are held accountable.
Yeah, exactly. And if there is something like this going on in around you, you should absolutely tell somebody about it and not just try and think it's your problem or someone else's problem.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, nobody should have to go through that sort of thing alone, and you don't have to. So. Is that where we should end it?
Yep.
I guess it's hard to say thanks for watching, everybody. See you next. It's hard to do that now.
Well,
I guess
our condolences, our well wishes, and we'll see you all later.
Yeah, and good luck.
Bye.